We're here today at Mercedes-Benz Oakville, and we're here to look at the new electric Smart. Can you tell us a little bit about the car?
First of all, my name's Rod Matthews. I'm from Driving Unlimited, and we're traveling across Canada with Smart Canada doing the Smart Plugged-In Tour.
So you're with Driving Unlimited. That means you also do the AMG driving school.
Absolutely correct. I do double duty. I'm actually a driving instructor, driver coach.
So can you put a Smart car in a skid?
Do you know what? No, it's got anti-skid. You can't do it.
Can you tell us about the range?
So currently this Smart car here, the range is approximately 135 kilometers.
Would you consider this more of an about-town vehicle then?
Totally an urban vehicle, and it's designed that as you drive the vehicle, by moving your throttle up and down, you're actually going to regenerative mode. So as you come off the accelerator, you've got an area where you can actually coast and regen, and that area is kind of free energy, free ground. It's free range for you, and it's free and plus, because normally in your fossil fuel car, when you lift off the throttle and coast, you're still burning fuel as your engine's still running.
Is this car going to be available in Canada in 2012?
Absolutely.
Will you be able to get it in this great green color on the wheels and the tritium?
It's going to come in all the colors that Smart make.
Can we take a quick peek inside?
Absolutely.
It looks like a traditional Smart as far as the gear shift, but you say that you can't actually do anything but put it down and drive?
Yeah, the only thing really different that you'll find inside when you hop inside is that the actual fuel gauge has been replaced with what a performance gauge is, and that tells you about the performance of the electrics of the cars. Up on the dash, which is normally a tachometer and a clock, you'll find two different gauges. One of them is called a battery indication gauge, which we call the SOC percentage, or the state of charge gauge, and for those that are fossil fuel drivers, that would be equivalent to your fuel gauge.
There's no paddle shifters because you don't need to shift anything in this car. How about air conditioning? Does that affect the life of the battery?
Very little, actually, now that you mention that. Good, and it's a good question, because you turn on the air conditioning and you look at the flow indication gauge, which was the other gauge I was going to mention to you. Flow indication gauge, as you bring it up to full speed, full fan, full AC, you'll see maybe 1 kilowatt of power being reduced from there, pulled off the gauge there.
So are you anticipating driving the electric Smart car?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever driven a Smart?
Yes, I drove the diesel Smart.
We have 2 megawatts of solar generation capacity in the pipeline in this town. Those projects are in front of the Ontario Power Authority right now. So the connection here couldn't be more direct. We could literally be running a fleet of these off of the sun.
What did you think about the electric car?
I was very impressed with the ride. I was very impressed with the torque of the engine. I was very impressed with the Smart. I'd certainly consider one.
What I encourage on a test drive is to be able to show acceleration. I want them to experience what 30 kilowatts of power to the system, to the drive system right away is, and what type of experience that is. And then I'll also want to show them how the flow indication moves back and forth so they can regen.
Am I going to be able to pop wheelies?
Negative. But it would be a neat experience, though. It would be a neat experience.
So what did you think about the electric Smart?
I loved it. It's a very smooth ride. It has a nice little whiz to it. It accelerates very acceptably, and I really found the steering radius excellent. Nice interior, plenty of room in there. Even if I'm 6'1", and it's got enough room for me.
Now that you've had a chance to drive this wonderful car, what do you think?
Well, it's just a shame that I had to have a minder with me, or I might not have come back.
So now we want to find out what you thought of the electric Smart.
Oh, it was a great deal of fun to drive. I'm curious to see what the price point's going to come in at. The actual drive is a lot like driving a Smart car. It's not that dissimilar to the gas or the diesel from my perspective.
Did I hear you say you were going to buy the first one in Oakville?
We've just made the deal. I get the first one. That prompts me to realize that we're going to have to put a charging station in somewhere.
Okay, so welcome to the electric drive. Let me point out a few things as you drive. It's very, very smooth and very solid. So at the stop sign, we'll make a right-hand turn. So now you're charging the battery. You'll see the flow meter indication is going into the green. So anytime you have a chance to coast and or to put your foot on the brake, you're actually putting some current and power back into your battery pack. So what I want you to do here, we'll make a right-hand turn. Now come off the throttle and coast at this point. And by coasting this early, it helps you regenerate your batteries longer. So
does it regenerate as I'm coasting?
As you're coasting, yeah. So what you want to do is find that opportunity to get that needle into the green, and that'll extend the range.
That's excellent.
So as you're around the corner here, and it's time for you to launch, you're good to go. As you're around the corner, I want you to now kick it down as fast as you can and as hard as you can, right to the wall. Hit the detent switch. There you go. Good for you. So that's 30 kilowatts of power that you've just engaged. And look how quick we got up to speed there. And then notice the steering's very solid, eh?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of that is because the weight of the batteries is underneath their seats, and it's a lower center of gravity, so it gives it a very stable feel. That's the idea. How does it feel? It feels good?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. How do you like the center?
I love it. I just
Nice
love
feel,
it.
eh?
Yeah, really nice.
Well, thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, no, it's wow. You know, everybody knows my Smart. I take it whenever I can, the other one, because I just love it.
Excellent. So we'll just follow this car up the hill and we'll make a left-hand turn back into the parking lot. And then thank you very much for letting us take you on the electric drive tour.
I don't know, maybe I should poll the public. Where do you want the charging stations?